The next function in line is setting of the data variable, and that is done by the output of the function ReadInSimulationData. So what's happening in the ReadInSimulationData first is the data variable is reset. The data variable is reset with a list or which contains n number of lists. All of them have 2 zeros. Max time is set to 50 plus 1. As you can see over here, 50 plus 1. So essentially what's happening over here, 51 of these 2 zeros lists are created within a master list. What this particular line of code is doing is resetting the variable data. And what I would have imagined is that the author already has a reset function, and the author could have actually used resetting the data as well over here in the reset function itself. So this would have been one option. The next is print data. So as you can see over here, as soon as we enter the values, the first list which shows up is a list of 51 lists containing 0,0s. So that's printed over here. Next instruction is open the file, which is simulation data, which we've got over here. Data string is a variable, file in read line. So read line is going to be iterating over one line at a time. The count variable is set as a 0. Now, while data string is not empty, which means while this particular line is not empty and the count is less than max time, and max time which is allowed is 50, and for 50, so for this particular scenario, 50 of the rows within simulation data are going to be iterated over, are allowed to be iterated over. The count is going to be increased by 1. Plus is equals to 1 means count plus 1 is stored in count. Now, data we know is this particular list. So data at the count, which is 1, at the position 0, arrive time is 0 and item is 1. Data at this particular count, arrive time, store the integer value of data string at the position 0, and when we say position 0, it's actually the initial character of the line. Similarly, data at the same position 1, item is 1, which is the second of the list. Data strings 2:1. Essentially, what does this mean? So data string 2: in brackets is essentially slicing notation for extracting a substring from the data string, starting from the third character index 2 until the end. So from the third character, so this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So starting from the third character until the end, nothing at this particular line. However, over here if we come, so the third character and fourth, so till the end. So data string from third character till the end is taken in as an integer and stored in data count items. There's a better way of actually viewing this, and all of those are at the moment printed out over here using this print data instruction. However, the way I would like to use it is using this debug simulation.py, this debug button. So let me do that. I'm going to create a breakpoint. I want to halt at a particular position and travel slowly from there. So when I click on debug, you see this particular instruction is triggered. When I click on no, the program has halted over here and is waiting for my instructions to either move ahead, resume, stop over, step into, or step into my code further into a function. So I'm going to be looking at this one. So I've halted over here. I'm just going to step over, and as you can see, when I hover, you can see it's a list of 50, essentially 50 plus 1, which is 51. 51 of these lists is created. You can see it's written over here. When I step further, the file is going to be open. The data string is the first read line is 1:8, and the count is at 0. This condition is met, and as you can see, data at count, which is 1. So this is position 0 of the list, and this is position 1 of the list. So the author of this particular code has put in this particular value, which is data string 0, which is the first character of the first line of the file simulation data. He's put in the first character of first line of this particular data in a data string into the number 1 position of the list, which is over here, and in the arrival time, which is 0, and in the items he's going to be putting the third character, which is going to be 8. And as you can see, when I step over, this value has changed to 8 as well. The next line is going to be read, and you can see it's going to read 1:5, which is this. Now it's going to iterate over again, and you will see that the position count will change. Currently it was 1, it's going to change to 2, and then it's going to fill in the list on position number 2. You can see count has changed, and these are showing up in PyCharm, and these are the values which are currently in the script's memory. When we move slightly ahead, you can see arrival time on position number 2, the list which is in position number 2. In that particular list, place the data string which is at position 0, which is the first character, place it in position 0 of this particular list, and then place the character after that, after the colon, in position number 1. And this way the entire array or a list is built, which is then stored in the data variable and passed around in the remaining functions. The next is a function output heading. This is really very simple. It just prints out a blank followed by the headings, and that's all that this particular function does.